Hey yo, how's it going guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we have another Neca review, so another Neca figure. So we have a real one here with a tag on it, and we've got the AliExpress version here. So we'll open those in a minute and see what they both look like. Before we do, I am doing a giveaway. If you guys want to win one of these fake Neca figures that I got from AliExpress, I'm going to be picking like 5 or 6, maybe even like 10 people maybe to win one of these figures. So yeah, that's a little giveaway I'm doing. So if you want to do that, just comment and subscribe to the channel and you could be in for a good chance of winning one of these bad boys in November. Let's open up the fake Halloween figure and the real Halloween figure from Neca and see what they look like. This is the real one. I have to keep reminding myself this is the real one because it's got the tab on the top and the box is a little bit less messed up. And this is the one from AliExpress. So the AliExpress one cost me that much. And the real one I have here cost me that much. And this one was from eBay. And obviously this one was from AliExpress. Before we open it, let's take a quick look at the boxes. See if they actually look the same. See how close they are. The print on this one is a bit more faded. So the orange, I don't know if it picks up on the camera, but the orange is a bit darker on this one than it is on this one. So this one has like a slightly blurred image. It is really close. Like I'd be lying if I said that this one was a lot better. It is slightly less blurry. This one is obviously the fake, so it's been copied. So there's a slight difference in terms of the actual print quality of the box, but it is super close. Same with the sides as well. So look at the back. In my left hand, I have the real figure, and in my right hand, I have the fake figure. So I'm going to try not to get these confused, even though there is a few differences to distinguish them anyway. So actually looking at the detail of these two, I'm actually surprised by how decent the replica is. Like, it looks kind of goofy in the face. You look at the face of the fake figure compared to the face of the real figure. It does look a bit more goofy. I'm surprised by how decent it is. The actual colouring as well is a little bit off with the fake version. The actual most noticeable part, apart from I'd say maybe the hair colour is very different. Another very noticeable difference is the hands. So if you look at the hands on the real one, I wouldn't say they're incredibly detailed, but there is some detail on there. And then look at the hands on the fake ones, like extremely glossy. So there is a big difference there in my opinion between the two on the hands. And the fake one just has more of a glossy look to it in general, like it looks like it's covered in like cling film. So it's just a lot more glossy than the real one is. The like leg joints are a lot more loose on the fake one than they are on the real one. It's quite a lot more stiff on the real figure. The boot colour is slightly darker on the real ones, but they are very similar. I can't see they're not. They are incredibly similar. They almost look identical really. What about the movement? Let's have a look. So let's start with the fake one. That is so stiff. He's like he's covered in glue or something. That's insanely stiff. The movement on this is terrible. Kind of horrendous movement. Oh, just feels like I'm going to snap his arm off just moving it slightly. There is no mobility there at all. He's like a 95-year-old woman with like severe arthritis. It is just disgraceful movement. I'm not impressed with that at all. Alright, let's have a look at the real one again. It's also incredibly stiff, but not as bad. Like it can move. There is movement there, so it's not as bad, but it's not It's not fantastic either. It's not brilliant really, to be completely honest. It is much worse in the fake one than it is the real one though. Now let's take a look at the accessories that come with it, how they look in comparison. So left is real and right is the fake one from AliExpress. These are quite similar. I'd say this one is slightly darker. It is very similar. You wouldn't be able to look at the pumpkin and go, oh yeah, that's a fake one, that's a real one. All right, so taking a quick look at the pumpkin, if you open it up, let's have a look. And then that's the copy. So let's see if there's any difference at all. They look so similar. At least someone will just be looking from here. Just the darkness in the eyes and the teeth. It just has a lot more detail to it than the fake one. But I think the fake one still looks really good. There isn't really too much, difference in quality looking at them, apart from obviously the shading. But yeah, so that's the difference between the two pumpkins. Real head, fake head. A bit like with the one it starts with, is his original head on each figure. The one on the fake one just looks a bit more like a bit of a bigger head and a bit more of a derpy look, I would say. It just looks a bit cheaper, it's a bit more of a cheap look to it. And the hair looks a bit more suspect as well. But I am surprised though, I really wasn't expecting the fake one to be this good really. I had quite low expectations of it, considering obviously it's from AliExpress and it's, wasn't expensive. If you're buying this considerably cheap, the fake one, I think, and you're not, you're not like a collector, you're not really worried, you can get away with it. It just doesn't look as good. And then we have the third head. So these are the two different heads of the two figures. So real, fake. This one is actually a lot closer. This is the closest one. These two look basically exactly the same in my opinion. If you were to like drop these on the floor and had to differentiate between the real and fake one, this would be the hardest one to do because they look similar. Once again, this one's got a slightly bigger face, I would say. The hair is more like frosty. It's frostier on the fake one. And the real one, it's like darker. So this one has a much frostier head than the real one. But it is still very similar, just apart from the fact it's just more white and it looks like it's covered in like ice on the fake one. But they are close, and you can see the eye popping through on both of them. The eyes on both. So that is, in my opinion, the closest match so far from the fake and the real one. They do look very similar. Okay, real hammer, fake hammer. Once again, there's nothing in this one. This is like identical. The wood is slightly darker on the real one than it is on the fake one. I actually kind of prefer the fake one. It's the only one time where I actually think this one looks better than this one. This one has a bit of a strange head to it. This one looks a bit, better quality. So for this one, I'm gonna have to say I actually prefer the fake one out of these two. It just looks a bit slicker, it's slightly smaller. I'm comparing plastic hammers here, so there's not much to go on, but yeah, this one is better, I would say. Okay, knife. Identical, pretty much, so similar. Once again, I actually think the fake one is better. It's slightly sharper looking, and it's got, you can see like the serrated edges more. You can see like the edges of the, don't know how it picks up on the camera, but I feel like the edges are more prominent on this one than they are on this one. This one's got like a slight mark on it. This one is better once again. So I actually prefer, so far I actually prefer the weapons of the fake one, which is kind of surprising. All right, syringe. And then we have the scalpels. All right, lastly, let's take a look at the hands of the figure. So left is real. A bit like before with the, when I showed the original hands of this figure. The left one looks better, it looks more detailed. This is, in my opinion, where the cheap ones, the fake figure, really is comparably, noticeably worse. Is in like the hands, the details on the fake hands. They look like really plasticky and cheap, from like a really cheap figure. And then this looks a little bit more like skin human-like and just a bit more like detailed. So these are definitely better than the hands on the fake one. Same again with this one. They're super similar in terms of the shape and stuff. It's just this one looks a lot cheaper than this one. And that's the third one. And it's the same thing with these two as well. This one looks a bit plasticky. So final thoughts on these two figures after taking a look at the different parts that come with it and taking a look at the actual body of each one, the actual figure of each one. I'm actually quite pleasantly surprised by how good the fake one is next to the real one. I obviously think the real one is significantly better, especially when it comes to like the movement of the two. The fake one is quite stiff compared to the real one. Like the movement of the fake one it's really difficult to actually move the arms. It does feel really like cheap in terms of the plastic, but I do think it does look quite visually similar to the real one. And I actually thought some of the weapons on the fake one were better than the weapons on the real one. I thought the knife was better on this one than it is on this one. And actually I like the hammer more on the fake one too. And you could even say that the other two, like the syringe and the scalpel, actually look slightly better. When it comes to the heads on the real one are definitely slightly nicer than the heads on the fake one. But they are very, very similar. So if you wanted to buy this kind of thing on a budget, I don't think you'd go too wrong buying the fake version from somewhere like AliExpress. But I do think that obviously, you know, the real version is better and it is the official product. It's not like some Chinese copy or, you know, AliExpress copy. So I do think it definitely is worth it, the difference in price buying the real one. But if you just wanted to buy, you know, a ton of figures for like a display or something and you didn't have the money to do that with the real ones, then I don't think you can go too wrong with the fake one if it is a display piece really, or you're having it obviously like in a room or something. I don't think it's a terrible substitute. Ratings for these two figures. The fake one I'm gonna give a 7 out of 10, considering the price of it. I do think it is actually a little bit better than I thought it was gonna be. I hate the movement on this thing, the movement's horrible. And the face, especially on this one, just looks a bit derpy compared to the real one. It just looks a bit like his brother with a lower IQ. So I'm gonna give this one a 7 out of 10. I'm gonna give the legit one, I'm gonna give this an 8 out of 10.
Hello.
Yeah, so I'm gonna 8 out of 10 to the real Neca figure and a 7 out of 10 to the fake Neca figure that I have next to it here on the right. I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think of the two figures in the comments. Which one you think is better. You know, I'll put the price again on screen right now and let me know what you think in terms of value, which one, if you're going with either one, which one you think would be better value for money, the real one or the derpy looking brother, the fake one. Let me know. Alright guys, thank you for watching and hopefully I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.